Hello, Sat Sri Akal, Salam, and Namaste, Australia. This is your host and host, Nonie, and you're watching Namaste, Australia with Nonie. Welcome back. First of all, I want to start with thanking all of you who've been tuning in and supporting me in my journey. I have recently started this series called Namaste, Australia with Nonie on Icon Media, where I get event organizers, business leaders, celebrities to talk about what's happening latest in Australia and Melbourne, especially. So I'm back with the next episode, and today I have a very special guest with me. I have a very gorgeous, hardworking, and successful entrepreneur, Miss Kavita Chabra. I want to welcome her to my show and begin our chit chat.
Hi, Nonie.
Hello, Kavita. Very warm welcome to Namaste, Australia. I am so excited to have you. I've heard so much about your journey here. I've heard that you are, a successful entrepreneur today, and your journey has been quite something. So I want to introduce you to my audience. I want to tell about you and how what I know so far is that you are a Malaysian-born um, entrepreneur who has started her journey in Australia, who's also an educator today and has been doing events since almost 17 years. So I want you to introduce yourself and tell us about your journey.
Okay, first of all, thanks Namaste Australia for having me. Okay, it was a pleasure, of course, to be a part of your. Thanks, Noni. But okay, just a little bit intro about me. Myself is like, my name is Kavita Chabra. So I think in Melbourne, not everyone, I think most of y'all heard about my name before. Yeah, I've been in Australia for 19 years. So sorry, I just have to correct Noni for like running in the events for 13 years. Sorry,
Okay.
to 13 but I can say that I've been always patient with events. Has been like very for that dedicated years. But of course, I've been in Australia for the last 19 years, but started my events when I just when I just moved to Melbourne, and I just thought that it's a very challenging job, of course. It's a very not many women in this industry, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's these days is all about gender equality. So it's no matter what you could be a male or female, but anything that you like in your occupation, definitely go for it. So being Malaysian born is what you say. Been here quite, this is my home right now. So besides that, I also teach full time, which is I'm at Swinburne Uni at the moment, and also in a private RTO. So teaching about 3-4 days a week. So keep myself busy, and I think events makes definitely a big, a big challenging job for me. And being entrepreneur for myself is definitely was my first choice.
Yeah, I can say safely that you're a one woman army running the show and successfully running the show. I'm sure events is not an easy thing, and especially when you said 13 years. It's been, and now that we see a lot of women entrepreneurs coming and running, then ruling the industry, I really want to highlight the fact that, like you said, now there's a lot of gender equality, but my heart soars, and whenever I see a woman entrepreneur, it's always a pleasant sight, because it's a challenging job. It's a very male dominated industry, and in today's world we know how tough can it be. So kudos to you for pulling that off for so long. Urban Vegas is something that you've been running the show by the name of Urban Vegas, and you've been doing a lot of events. You've done events with AR Rahman and so many other past events that we know of. Let's talk about something that's coming up for our audience. There's something, a new venture that you have started, which is the Entrepreneurs Business Club. Tell us more about that. Tell us, tell our audience, how are we expecting the event? What's the event? And then we'll get to the details of it.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, definitely. I've started Urban Vegas before. Then, this was happened actually. It was always my goal to achieve something that to do a business that I could bring this forward, not just in Melbourne, but also to bring up to Asia, maybe to Malaysia or to Singapore future. So I was thinking that, being in early 40s, I was not going to describe my age. So, definitely, I was thinking that, and I've done all kind of events in the past. And I've started actually from a club event. We've done festivals. We've done, community events, female events, and a lot of entrepreneurs and business event. And like what I said, it's been like marketing a lot of celebrities in. It's pretty good. I mean, definitely it was a very good challenging. Have actually not just sticking in one area, because events is quite a big wide, ranges that you can do. You could manage, it doesn't mean that everything is the same. So of course the principles are the same, but for putting it together, it all depends, on what's your objective and your role in that particular events. So what made me to do entrepreneur is basically I've gone that far. Last year I was being offered to do a event in Kron that we pull out about 350 people. It was a summit, entrepreneurs of the summit, where we connected about 9 different countries. So we got
nice.
We got Bangladesh, Pakistan, we got India, and then we got some South Africans, and then we got South Africans, then we got some Latins, we got also some different types of different countries, like we can say about 9, I think Burma, about 9. So that was a stepping stone for me to really, to learn. And it was a 2 months, not really 2 months, 3 months preparation, because meeting all this level is, people talks, the way they ask questions, the way they move, the way they think are different. So,
Yes.
Understanding people personality, behavior was definitely a big challenging for me. So it made me to say that, look, there's so many event organizers these days. Kudos to them. Definitely, I always look back, I always believe in quality events rather than quantity. So, so I believe that it's always good to see people going, and being in Melbourne, of course, you always need events every week or every 2 weeks. But I was just thinking, let's do something different, It's just bringing celebrity in. Yes, I've done that, Bringing DJs in. Yes, I've done that. Bringing a comedian. Yes, everything was done. So what was like that, like what I said, being in my age, and I got all that kind of target of people. I said that, people have said that we are sick to see these people. Let's do something different, Kavita, So it's all, I think these days with the 21st century, things are changing so drastically. I was thinking that networking was the best, options. So that's why, that's one of the reason that I think that, a lot of people like to grow out there.
It's a big opportunity. It's a networking event, and from what I understand is where people from all scopes of areas can come in. If they have small businesses, if they're business leaders, if they're community leaders, if they're event organizers, I'm sure they'll benefit from this event. And it caters the community. It brings the community together in a way. I've attended a couple of networking events back in the country, back in India myself, and I can truly vouch for the fact that these meetings are truly so beneficial for small businesses, because they get to connect with the right people, and you're doing the correct thing. You're making people connect with each other. The networking that opens the door for many people. It's truly amazing. So from what I understand, and from everybody who's watching this show, if you're a small business, if you're an owner of a company, or if you're an event lead, organizer or a community leader, you must attend this event, because I insist this will help you a lot. I see the events happening at Le Meridian on 5th of August. And I believe the tickets are available on brightevents.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wait, so you can all, so I think it's fairly priced. You can all get your tickets from there. I just want to show my audience a small teaser of what it's going to look like. looks fabulous.
Thank
I
you.
think it has everything, to look forward for an event. It has entertainment, it has,
Mhm.
networking opportunities, workshops, and I'm sure motivational conversations as well. So yeah, it looks like quite promising. Anything you want to add and give a message to our
Yeah,
audience? Yeah.
sure. I think when it's also like what Noni was saying, that networking have actually benefit a lot of different people, because I think me myself being a graphic designer, I mean I've always taught graphic design, so being a very creativity line myself, the moment that we hear about the word of networking, not it please everyone, to be frank, but it's like that's why I had that mentality. It's like, why don't we have fashion shows,
Yes.
because so we are actually collaborating with three different local designers that we are actually going to be putting on, showing I think more corporate wears.
Yes.
So also there is, we have for the men's section and for also the female section. So, and again, that what I would like to say is like, it's not, it's something like, it's also be a workshop will be happening. So someone will be talking about what stylish is about, what is, how to dress up back to, when you really, when to go to a corporate event or for a meeting. And then we got also good top keynote speaker that we have, where we have at the moment now Ram Malhotra. He's basically Indian background, but he's very popular back in India, and also back in here, that he talks mainly about more about wealth. So then
Yes.
we got, of course, we got Hami Hussein, who's from Bangladesh, and he will be basically talking about more on digital. I think everyone knows this is all about, you
Digital
know,
era. Yeah.
artificial intelligence, and so that is quite. He's very cute and very very, he's not that person who likes to use slides or what, he's more a spontaneous person. And we
Yeah.
got Michelle, she's be talking about brand image, how to carry ourselves with the
Yeah.
brand. So we have three different speakers, and we have panelists, like what Noni said, it doesn't matter what profession you are. So we are related with dentists, we got dentists panelists, we got a background of basically from a mental health, as everyone knows, being in this generation now, we must always know what is the well-being of, that we
Yeah.
are
Inside out. We're not just physically fit, but mentally fit as well. Yes.
exactly. So we also got a couple of speakers that who started business from very small, and it became within 2-3 years it just grew. So what
Yeah.
is the techniques, what is the tips, so
Okay.
it's like what I said, it's good, like not just no matter what field you are, you could be real estate, you could be accountant, it could be a coach, it could be graphic designer, it could be an educator. We also got some colleges are also in it, but since touchwood, we are getting much very good response. I think almost half of our tables are big on, so that's looking good. I hope so by next week everything will be done.
Now
So
it will be.
yeah, now after with
Now that
this
we've spoken about it, it will be. I'm sure it looks a very promising event, and I wish you all the best. I hope to get to attend it with you and see how it goes. Since you've been in the industry, Kavita, you've been putting up events for Melbourne for quite some time. This is the nearest event we're talking about that's happening on 5th of August. I want you to discuss anything more that's coming up in the lineup. That's something exciting that you want to tell us.
Sure. Like we are still touring, so it's not something that I forgot all my international artists or my celebrities or what. We are connecting more celebrities in the month of February itself. So because this, I think after this COVID, everyone is doing everything in one shot. So I
Yes,
thought like,
yes. There's so many events happening back to back.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
so it's just give a time to to grow a bit. So that this is one networking, and definitely it will lead to a membership that till the end of the day, so where we are going to lead this to 1 year, I think about three events so
Yeah.
it's not just for one off,
Yeah.
so. And then we're also doing I think everyone know DJ Ring. I think she's quite very famous female DJ that she's I think there's a lot of people usually say they're number one, but me have actually known her since I've started Urban Vegas. So I can't really forget her. She's been in the industry for 18 years. So she'll be touring. We are doing about 10 different cities. So starts from, Australia first, then she'll go to New Zealand, and she'll go to Asia. So Malaysia, Singapore, Bangkok, and then and so she's quite collaborating. So she will be here for the month of September. And then we got also November. I'm working out, which is being a Malaysian myself, and after knowing that I've been in this industry for a long time. So Victoria Seeks Education not finally, I think they've actually always wanted me to be a part of it. So I've actually, so we have actually sit down and said that, fair enough, we'll be doing, they'll be celebrating their 35th year, which is it's a non-profit organization, actually, community, but the good thing is, like, they have such a very cooperative nationality. Like, you can see a lot of the Singaporeans and Malaysian, they tend to come together, and this is the biggest event for them every year. It's always happen on October, November. So that's it. So this year I'll be looking, because this is one of their biggest year. I think it's 35th year of that. So they're making super grand. So cooperating with me, so where I'll be doing more on their marketing and their sponsorship. So we expected to get about 350 to 400 people for the dinner and dance. So that would be it's good to see, not something that it's always good to see another community coming together, and they also want to do this with some of the Indian communities. So it's something like, to be fair, everything is all about equality. So
definitely. And it's such a nice effort from your end to put communities together. This year looks so packed for you. I wish you all the best. And I'm so glad that you're here today. And I will speak to you again for many more events that come up, around the year. It was a pleasure to have you, Kavita. I am so elated, and I wish you all the very best for your events coming up. Thank you for coming on my show and talking about this. I'm sure it's going to be a success. I'm sure you're going to meet me there. And all the best for it.
Sure. Thanks again.
Just to reiterate for the audience, we had the event that we're talking about is happening on 5th of August, and it's happening at Le Meridian, and you can take your tickets from brightevents.com. Thank you so much, Kavita.